Well, today I want to talk about my experience using Google Flow, the $20 version. And basically, I decided to put some prompts in there and play around with how to make a small little robot film. And as I wrote the prompts, I got better at it, but I ran out of credits. So basically, like a 2-minute film, I burned through all the credits for that month. So the $125 version right now that's on sale from the $250 version, I am thinking about using that. I wrote a script, and I want to. One reason why I'm growing my beard out is to shoot this short film. I need to have a certain look, and I thought about shooting the film, and then also putting the film into AI, into that Google Flow, and just see the difference of the quality of it. And you know, a lot of people are afraid in the industry. Hey, this is it. It's going to put all the actors out of work, all the makeup people, all the locations, all the props, all the directors, all the gaffers and electricians, and all these things out there, camera people. And you know, just like rock and roll, you know, jazz was king. Then rock and roll comes around and puts all the jazzers out of business for the most part. Classical music, you know. Popular music comes around and puts it out of business. The idea when film and theater came out, and the theaters were threatened a little bit. But you know what? Theater found a way. Jazz found a way. You know, music finds a way. Literature finds a way. You know, when TV come out, movies come out, who's going to read a book? Well, books found a way. So if you're really good at what you do, you'll be able to figure out how to use this technology. And I think right now, if you're a filmmaker, if you're a creative person and you don't spend time learning how to use this, I think you're going to be behind everybody else. I think you need to figure out how to use these tools, and you know, instead of spending $15 million on a film, they can spend $50,000 with some AI and make content that you might want to watch. I don't know. Is it any different than going from film to video? I know there's people out there that complain about things, but you know, you see this yo-yo right here. I would be curious at how good AI would be at having someone, you know, that's okay at using a yo-yo. The lighting right here, that's kind of going down with a guitar and everything. There's this framing here. Would AI be good at coming up with that? You know, these loud cars and motorcycles going by. How is that going to affect the audio on it? So I think it's kind of interesting in a lot of aspects. This technology, but I'm gonna continue to learn how to use it. I've been fascinated over the last couple of years with AI coming up for writing purposes, and every time I use it, it gets stronger and better and faster. And is it going to put people out of work? I think so. But those people will have to adapt to some other jobs that are out there, and there's going to be a lot of people that's going to need people like me, like you, if you spend the time, that can use AI, that can write prompts, that are creative. The thing that AI can't do, really honestly, is the creativity that comes from my brain. You know, the idea of making the rise of the robots, like the way I did it, I don't think AI can do that yet. Now, it can do the mechanical parts of it. It can come up maybe with the actors, it can come up with the sets, the locations, the sound, the Foley, maybe even a soundtrack. But you know, I don't think it would have came up with a soundtrack as I don't want to say it's good, but fits as well as the soundtrack I did for the Rise of the Robots. So let me know what you think. If you make AI, if you're a filmmaker and exploring with AI, let me know. If you're a filmmaker that will never use AI, let me know. I'm really curious what you're thinking about this and what your thoughts are on it. I will say this, much like when I saw the internet for the first time in 1993. And I saw the beginnings of it like in 92, Go for Learn and whatnot like that. But when I saw Mosaic for the first time in 93, I realized, hey man, this is amazing. If they get this a little bit faster, the whole world's going to change. And it did. AI, when I saw it the first time, when it came out, the large language models, they've had AI around for 60 years, but the large language model that's currently out there, I knew that was going to be a game changer. And it has been. 5 years from now, how easy is it going to be for somebody to make a film? And is that going to be the same thing with music, that there's so many people that can make music that sounds great? It's going to be really hard to have competition where people can actually want to watch your work. I don't know. I don't know. I know this, as I get older, I'm going to be able to create films just from writing screenplays. And that's what I do every day. I work on a screenplay every day. I got tons of full-length screenplays, short films that I've written, because that keeps me active as a filmmaker. So if you're a filmmaker, you make films. I don't care if it's AI, I don't care if it's with your camera, I don't care if it's with the most expensive camera out there. Do you make films? If you call yourself a filmmaker or aspire to be a filmmaker, do you make films? If the answer is no, then you're not a filmmaker. Now, you can always start being a filmmaker. You can go back to being a filmmaker. I make films every day. I work on content. I work on the craft of filmmaking, acting, writing every day, composing music. And so I'm the total, before AI, I was the total package. Now AI comes around and I'm not even afraid. I'm going to use that tool to make my content even better. So let me know in the comments. What do you think? Should I be afraid? I'm not. Repeat that and subscribe. So you just do it. It's like that.